Welcome back to the channel. In this video we are going to be doing a comparison of the GTA Online Los Santos Tuners update and also the Red Dead Online Blood Money update. And there's one reason you're seeing GTA footage in the background, and that's because the update was so much better. So we had the Red Dead Online Blood Money update and then the Tuners update for GTA. And you jump into the GTA one and you think, oh my god, this is so expensive, everything just costs so much money, they're trying to get involved with the shark card purchases and everything. And in a lot of cases, it will be that case, because like $3.8 million is what I spent on my auto shop, and that is a lot of money. But once you purchase an auto shop, it's so easy to earn that money back. So you just need to have the initial purchase amount in your bank and you're good to go. You don't need to purchase shark cards for this. So in the LS Tuners update, you've got a full-on auto shop, you have car meets and stuff. There's a lot more to it as well. But in the Red Dead Online Blood Money update, you just have a few people that you can go and talk to. That's all you get. There's no businesses to buy, there's no properties to buy, nothing like that. You just essentially have a few strangers to go and visit. In the GTA update, there are things called contracts, and these contracts will require, for an example, for you to go and track a certain convoy, like put a tracking chip underneath a truck or something like that. Then you have to make sure that there's digital printing stuff in there, sort of thing. And then you actually have to go and take down the convoy. These contracts can be fairly tough depending on your group size and stuff, and I would say they are actually quite fun. There's also one where you have to get a stump ramp and break into a prison to assassinate a few targets. At the same time as assassinating targets, you're having to rescue someone from the prison too. Whereas you go over to Red Dead, and the contracts from GTA have way more content than the entire Blood Money update has. But not only that, the contracts in GTA have a decent payout. From doing the contract alone, I spent $3.8 million to buy the auto shop, and in about 4 or 5 hours of gameplay, I had earned $1 million back. Just purely from doing contracts. But contract isn't the only bit of content you get. And not only that, if you have other players in the lobby with you and they are doing the contracts with you, then instead of splitting it 3 ways if there's 3 of you, how you would with the heists, the owner of the auto shop who's doing the contracts, who's the CEO, VIP or MC president or whatever, they are getting roughly $170,000 to $180,000. Then the main characters of the DLC get a little cut, and whoever owns that auto shop's getting about, I'd say, $160,000. Every other player that's in that lobby just gets a set $50,000, which I think is really good. Could be a little bit better for the players that don't own it, they're not the CEO. But at the same time, if you think about it, you get $170,000 for one of the contracts. Then for whatever reason, the people that you're working for, the characters in the game, they're getting $10,000 of that as a cut. That leaves you with $160,000. You split that by 3. That's like $53,000 each. The person who owns the auto shop, that's the CEO, is losing about $100,000. And then the people that aren't the host are only getting an extra $3,000 each. On top of the contract money, however, for your first time completing each of the contracts, you get a bonus $75,000. So from this auto shop, just the contracts, you can make a lot of money. They will go onto a cooldown after you've completed them, but they do refresh every single time you complete one as well. Like the one you've done will switch out for a different one. And as I said, just the contract alone has more content than the entire Blood Money update. You've got contracts, you get an exotic import car list, which will give you, I believe it's 10 cars. As you're roaming around, you might see a blue dot on your minimap, you go get that car, you deliver it. If you do all 10, you get a nice bonus at the end of it, and it refreshes daily. Then you've got all this reputation stuff that's tied into LS car meets and everything like that. There's prize cars you can win, there are other cars you can buy. And in terms of buying stuff for Red Dead, what did you get? The Haraway outfit, which is an outfit that was in a previous Outlaw Pass, and it cost 52 gold bars. That's the only way to obtain it if you didn't get it in a previous Outlaw Pass. And that 52 gold bars is going to cost you £17, so you're forced into a microtransaction. Whereas even though the goal was probably kind of to sway people towards shark cards with GTA, it's not mandatory, you don't need them. The cars in the GTA update are incredibly expensive. Like, I'm going to say they range between $1.2 and $2 million each. But as I said, if you're sitting there, you play for 10 hours, you're going to make $2 million just doing contracts. There were 10 cars released that are very, very expensive. However, if you're leveling up your reputation for the car meet stuff, you can get a trade-in price and save some money. The servers on GTA are a little bit all over the place. They were quite laggy several times throughout our play session, which was about 5 hours. And there were cars that were flying over walls. There were police that were sliding along the floor and stuff. Like, it's kind of like I'd say it's like a speed up lag. It kind of lags and speeds the game up to make everything catch up sort of thing. However, there were a few different sort of like experiences we encountered with lag. And then the main characters themselves, I absolutely hate them. You have KDJ, who's a B-Tech Ludacris. They've tried getting his voice close to Ludacris as well. He's cringy, like super, super cringy. And not only that, a lot of us swear, fairly often even. But this guy swears at least once per sentence. At least once per sentence. As well as the exotic car list and the contracts, you also, in GTA, have customers that will want their cars modded. They drive them into your auto shop, and be careful with your auto shop and make sure it's locked down to friends and crew only, because I've heard that people, just random people, can walk into your shop and start working on their cars. But I had a customer come in, they had a Beetle, and they wanted it modded with cambered wheels and everything like that. So I did it, spent 20 grand on it, delivered it to them, got 20 grand for the modifications back, then they paid me 20 grand for the delivery. With your auto shop, you can add accessories, like you can customize it as you're buying it. That's why it was so expensive for me. I bought a couple of staff members. You can get your staff to deliver these cars instead of you having to do it, so it saves you a bit of time, and over time you're going to make your money back from purchasing the staff. However, I never actually personally did it, but I heard in chat on the stream that day that these staff will always damage the cars they are delivering. So it kind of balances it out. It kind of like knocks that bit off the top of having a perfect delivery every time if you're going to be lazy and use your staff. So we've done a lot of talking about GTA, and there hasn't been a lot about Red Dead. That's because there isn't a lot that come into Red Dead. With Blood Money, we had an outfit, we've got a new currency called Capitale, the Cafe Latte, Capital, whatever you want to call it. And it's one that's trying to force gold bar purchases too, because there is an opportunity where you go and steal something called the Covington Emerald. Simply all you do, head into Saint Denis, take over a train, rob the chest, get the emerald, jump off, go to a drop-off point. That's all you do. To start this on standard, it's 15 capital. Hard is 20, ruthless is 25. You would think, okay, 25 capital, can't be too tough to get your hands on. They chucked some capital into the outlaw pass thing they released to try and encourage people to actually go and buy it afterwards, because this currency is supposed to drop off enemies out of chests and everything like that whilst you're doing the blood money crimes, which are the smaller missions. One of them you can do as fast as 2 minutes. But out of the 4 I did, and also I've spoken to people that have played ever since the update come out, the capital drops are so stingy. I got 1 out of 4 missions. People said they played for about a week and didn't get a single bit of capital drop. I don't think you can get it from the free roam. I think it's tied to the blood money stuff, which is fair enough. But it's got such a low drop rate, you have a better chance of going into one expedition on Outriders and getting a god-rolled death shield, which is the most popular, the most rare weapon you can get. You have a better chance of getting a god-rolled death shield from one run on Outriders as to what you have getting capital on Red Dead. They've been that stingy with it. If you'd like a different comparison, you have a better chance of doing one raid on the Division 2 and getting one of the exclusive exotics to drop just from one run. Is that bad? Destiny 2, one of the best exotics you can get, better chance of that dropping than capital in Red Dead. So 15 to start standard, 20 for hard, 25 for ruthless. You've got to get 25 of this stuff. And after 4 missions, I had 1 drop. I searched building after building, body after body. You just can't find the stuff. And why can't you find it? Because once you've used all your capital from the past, some people have also had issues where their capital goes missing. So say you get to the final level of the pass, you're awarded 40 capital. They go to try and do a mission and that capital is gone. It just disappears from your inventory. But say you've used all your past capital, and now you need to get your hands on more, but the enemies in the blood money stuff aren't dropping it. Head over to a fence in Red Dead, and you can spend 3 gold bars to buy 10 capital. For 25 gold bars on Red Dead, it's going to cost you £8 something. I believe it's about £8 for 25 gold bars. So if you don't have the gold bars in game, I know a lot of people do, but if you don't, per 10 capital is 3 gold bars. So 1 run is going to cost you 9 gold bars. For 2 ruthless runs, it's going to cost you 15 gold bars. And that's the only thing you're able to do. These blood money crimes, so you have the opportunity, the Covington Emerald, the main one. Then you have the blood money crimes and the 3-part contracts. The contracts and the blood money crimes are just stranger missions. If you don't know what the Red Dead stranger missions are, but you've played GTA before, you go talk to one of the characters from the story, and you go do a random mission for them. Except the blood money crimes, the Red Dead stranger missions, are about 500 times easier than the GTA ones. So if you can't already tell from this video, we're pretty much going to wrap it up now. The GTA update is about 1,000 times better than the Red Dead update. Red Dead got absolutely screwed over yet again. There is nowhere near as much content. The content's nowhere near as much fun, in my personal opinion. Blood money stuff lasted about a day or 2 of playing, if that. I ended up going back and doing trader and bounty hunter stuff because I got so bored of it. Whereas the GTA stuff, I could go back and do time and time again. I love cars, I love doing the mini heist stuff. There's just fun to be had, there's money to be made, and you're not forced to spend real life money to get your hands on the missions and stuff that you will do. There might be some of it in there. I never fully explored everything LS Tuners has to offer. But what I did play in the 5 hours, it's so much better than Red Dead. Red Dead's neglect right now is through the roof. Rockstar do not care. But why do they not care? Because they know that GTA will make them more money. If the people that buy shark cards on a daily, weekly, monthly, yearly basis or whatever, if instead they went from GTA shark cards and went and bought gold bars in Red Dead would get big updates. Updates that are worth playing. But that's not going to happen because a lot of people just prefer the entire atmosphere around GTA to what they do with Red Dead. So yeah, that's my comparison of the GTA LS Tuners update to the Red Dead Online Blood Money update, and without a doubt, without a single bit of doubt, the GTA update is so much better. But that's going to do it for this video. Let me know your thoughts and stuff in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one. I hope you enjoyed it.